What's up, everybody? This is Matt with SmashersOn Smash Talk, and we are here today to update everybody on week 3 of the Smash Golf Tour. I'm joined by Natalie.
What up?
And we've got the reigning champion currently in first place in the division, Rob Oppenheimer Mecham. You like that nickname?
Honestly, it's a great movie, so I'm humbled that you would call me that.
Dude, that's what I'm talking. So for those of you that don't know about Rob, the Oppenheimer Mecham, Rob is a physicist currently, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you studied, man. Like what's your background a little bit?
So in my bachelor's, I studied physics and math. I went into undergrad wanting to study the 2 hardest subjects to see if they were really that hard.
Yeah. Were they that hard?
No.
Yeah.
I was just convinced that people weren't actually trying, but maybe that's just, my own privileged intellect.
So what you're saying is you're currently grotesquely underpaid for your job, so that's why you're going to become the champion of the Smash Golf Tour.
It just makes
You
sense.
can win millions and millions and millions on the Smash Golf Tour, correct?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. So keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I did math and physics in my undergrad, and then didn't know what I wanted to do after my bachelor's, and I applied to a physics PhD and got in and spent the last 5 years in grad school, and now I'm taking a little bit of a break with a little bit of a job, playing the Smash Tour, and supplement my hobbies in the meantime.
So you spent 5 years in grad school, but rumor is you've only been golfing for 3.
Yeah.
You used your grandpa's clubs?
I had used my grandpa's clubs. He moved away and wasn't playing much anymore, and then so I was like, well, can I get your set off you? He had a set of TaylorMade racks from 2003 or something like that.
Dude.
Do you still have them?
I'm letting a buddy of mine use them.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
And so then I took our nice stimulus checks and I helped improve the golf economy, and I went and got fit, and playing a set of Mizunos right now.
Dude, those are still the same ones?
Still the same ones. I got to get them refit though, because my swings changed a little bit. I'm a little bit better now than I was 3 years ago.
Just a little bit. You are leading the Smash Golf Tour.
Yeah.
You're beating like 100 and some odd people in the Smash Golf Tour right now, so I'd say you're a little bit better.
I mean, that's just on the range, so we'll see.
So 5 years, you're studying, 2 years in, you're like, I'm just going to pick up a golf club?
I was starting to lose my mind in grad school.
Okay.
And I was like, I need some
It was
type
so easy, you were just that bored?
I guess, easy, monotonous. And I had played sports all growing up.
Okay. What's your sports background?
So I was a 3-sport athlete all throughout high school, playing football and baseball ever since I was a kid. I played college football, Division III at Lake Forest. Big team sports guy. And then I left, and I was kind of I had that competitive drive, and there's not really many team sports for adults. I played in a couple men's baseball leagues here. But I still wanted that competition and that sense of discipline and getting better at something. And so I picked up golf, and it's honestly the most fun I've had playing a sport. And
you had never swung a club prior to that?
I mean, I
started at the same time. I did like an Ocotillo summer league when I was 12.
I had swung a club, when I was in, I did a drive, chip, and putt when I was like 13.
Aww.
And didn't win it.
That's all right.
Okay, that's okay.
That's all right, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny. I envisioned for some reason Andy Reid in the pass, punt, and kick thing, and he's like towers over all the other kids. It's hilarious. Look up the video. Okay, so you've been playing since COVID. How did you get so good so fast?
Honestly, I mean, having great practice facilities, and maybe I spent a little bit more time out here than my PhD advisor would have liked me to.
Yeah.
But I had a great chipping and putting area to come to here at Dobson, and just I feel like my baseline athleticism played a role in it, coming from my sports background. I did get some help from some instructors out here. I met some really great golfers out here. Those of you that are watching, Dobson has some of the best golfers in the country. Our men's club is one of the biggest in the country. We got some sticks out here, so I was really fortunate to meet some really great players out here. And the atmosphere here is friendly enough to where someone can just walk up to you, or I can walk up to someone and ask them for advice, or they'll give you advice. I met one of my really good friends out here, Vinny, playing, who was a +2, I think, when we met, and I've been playing with him I met him, I think that's the reason why I got so good so quickly, aside from practicing, was maybe a couple months into my golf career here at Dobson, I met Vinny on the range, and he came up and talked to me, and we've been playing together for the past few years, and he's a scratcher plus golfer, and it's just been
So you would say that the competitive drive to try and beat a +2 handicap.
Yeah, that and also the humility
How many times have you beat
to
him?
ask him. I've beat him one time.
One time. How many times have you beat him
Hold
on the
on to
Toptracer?
I think several.
Is that more than one time? You think you beat him more on the Toptracer than he's beaten you? I think so, dude. There was the infamous S word. We won't. When you couldn't get a worse score,
I know.
and then it S'd it, and you got a worse
Yeah.
score.
It was a guaranteed bogey.
It was a guaranteed bogey. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's ever actually beat you in Toptracer. Come to think of it,
I know we've tied.
there's
several
video
times.
evidence.
Yeah.
So ties.
I know.
Come
We'll look
on,
at the
man.
receipts.
I would
Yeah,
say I
dude.
beat him more on Toptracer if I just had to guess.
Where do you feel more competitive? The golf course or on Toptracer?
That's a really good question. I'm really competitive everywhere, but what I have more confidence in is on Toptracer. I'm a relatively long hitter, and sometimes I'll hit a good drive and I'll end up in some thick rough or something like that on the actual course. And my skill set as a player, I don't always make the right decision there. But on Toptracer, I know
8-iron bump and run over the bunker.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
On the actual course, and on Toptracer, I have a lot more flexibility, and it's kind of the forgiving aspect of it being on Toptracer and not on an actual course, which is something that for me lets me relax a little bit more. It allows me to have a little bit more fun and still be very competitive. But
Okay.
that's the main differentiator, I think, between Toptracer and on the actual course between Vinny and I playing is Vinny's just a great all-around player, and he can get out of those troubled situations.
Yeah, so I guess for those of you at home, I know that there's a lot of questions, and everyone has seen a lot of things about SmashersOn app, do it, do this, do that. And the unanimous thing is it looks really cool, but what is it, right? And so what you're basically saying is it's an avenue for you to compete against really good golfers that we're going to get into here soon on the East Coast and win. Right? A +2 on the course. I mean, who knows how many foot wedges he uses, you know what I'm saying? But you're probably not winning more than once a year, right? I mean, and you'll get better eventually, but so will that person, right? So, maybe you'll start evening it out just a little bit, but most likely they're going to stay better. But with the Toptracer, you are consistently dominating.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's sick. Why do you think that is? It's just, what about the Toptracer is fed into you to make it such a competitive thing, but also allow you to not only fulfill that competitive drive that we're consistently preaching about, but also have fun, win prizes, win something in golf, really is what we're looking at.
So I think as you get better in golf, as you start getting into the single-digit handicaps, what really separates you from the top-tier players is how good are you around the green and how good are your putts. Right, Vinny, phenomenal putter, up and downs like no other. He's a very good golfer around the green. And I'm a long hitter. If you're a long hitter, then you also miss long. For those of you that share the same abilities that I do off the tee and even with some of the irons, your misses are big if you're not
Yeah,
hitting.
I don't even hit that far, and I can miss it pretty big. So
Yep, nailed it.
But what I am good at is, my pitching wedge is 150, right? And so if you can get a wedge in your hand, chances are you're going to hit that better than your 7 or your 6 or your 5. And so something that's been very nice to me about Toptracer is that, the putting in Toptracer is closest to the pin.
Yeah.
And the farthest closest to the pin target for me is a pitching wedge. And so it allows me to get really dialed with my wedges. And so I'm very good with my wedges. I might have a pitching wedge in from 150 and Vinny might be between 8 and 9, which might have bigger misses. And so my misses are smaller because I have a smaller club in my hand, when I'm getting to those putting approaches. And so that's one thing that allows me to excel is I am a big hitter. There's not a lot of trouble on Toptracer, which gets me in trouble on the course.
Yep.
And so I can hit it far, and then I'll have 150 in, which is a short iron in my hand. And so that allows me to really excel in the Toptracer.
2 more questions for you. The second or the first one is, what do you say to those that say it's not real golf?
I mean, you're swinging a club, right?
Dude, that makes sense. That makes complete sense.
So it just
That's
depends.
almost, I didn't expect that answer. That's almost so easy that it makes
Damn,
sense.
mic drop.
Right? Because that's the thing, right? Well, it's not real golf. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, you're still swinging a club.
And it's, you're if you're not doing golf, what are you doing then on the Toptracer range? You're not, hitting baseballs or anything like that. It's as real golf as you could want without obviously needing to go onto a course. It's the next best thing. It's the,
Yeah, because we've all done the simulators with the putting, and it's so whack.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we saw the some of the bays where you can putt it, and it's like, dude, that's not.
Yeah, and it's significantly more real than, for those people that might have a golf sim or might go to their local fitter and just hit a sim that's into a sheet that's, 10, 15 yards in front of you. Because here you at least get to see your actual ball flight. You get to see the targets on the range. You get to use your imagination.
Or
to
at
work
any
around
Toptracer
stuff.
range. That's kind of
Exactly.
the benefit of
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Like, it's cool.
And so you can actually see your golf shot, and it just happens to be overlaid onto some the course you're playing. And
All right, Rob Oppenheimer Mecham. I like that. You're in my phone as Doc Rob, but that's going to change. So we know. We can see right now that, and we're gonna have Natalie go over all the different details of where the leagues are at here in just a second. But we know that Jacob Bauman is in the first right now for the Eastern Conference. We know that if Cuban Stogie pretty much just finishes top 9 and submits a score, he's going to be your competitor to win $1,000 to any brand that you want. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to compete on Instagram Live. Tell people why they should root for you. I know I'm going to root for you because you're my friend. You know what I mean? Like, and I know you. Why should they root for you? And what do you have to say to someone like Jacob Bauman and or Cuban Stogie?
Well, I mean, why they should vote for me. I mean, we can start top level and do East versus West. That's what we're in, East Conference versus West Conference.
I think that.
So if you're anybody, I'd say that's east of or west of Maine, you should probably vote for me.
Yeah, Maine. Yeah, dude. You know your geography. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. And you can call it an underdog story. You can call it whatever you want. But, I haven't met or seen, Jacob or Cuban. I've seen a couple videos of him on him over at the Nash. Just going off of charisma, I started golfing 3 years ago, and, I wouldn't consider myself to be braggadocious or anything.
You're
like
the blue
that,
collar golfer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're the guy that, you are. Dude, Rampage Jackson was the blue collar UFC fighter. He's one of the most popular guys of all time. Started out as a construction worker. Figured out, I could probably fight someone because he beat some dudes up in bars, and then went on to win the light heavyweight belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is almost an identical story to what you are. You know what I mean? Like, you're every one of those dudes and ladies out there that are trying to just go out there, have fun, compete a little bit, and do their thing. Like, they can relate more to you.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, not to say I did some research, but Cuban Stogue, a.k.a. Paul Crespo, I mean, just looking at his
name,
I know. Just looking at his Instagram, director of golf at Delaire Country Club, has been in golf. Let's go through his repertoire here. First assistant golf in 1998 at Boca Raton. Okay, so 98 to 2023. Do the math. You're the physicist.
Yeah.
Here.
No, he's been in the golf world for barely less than I've been alive.
Barely less than you've been alive. 3 years, and he beats you not very often on this. Maybe by a stroke or you guys tie. And I'm going to guess that you got a little more experience because of the Ultimate Driving Range Championship on camera.
Love the
And that's a big
PRC.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
The lights come on, the camera goes on. It's a whole different thing. And I've seen you post some 6-unders out there. Dude, he was the head golf professional at Glen Eagles. That's a course that I think we
Ironic.
played. It might not be the Glen Eagles, because this
there's
one's
two.
in
We'll say
Delray
it is.
Beach, Florida. But it is the Glen Eagles,
Yeah.
right? Head golf professional at, I can't even say that word. It's so fancy. Director of golf, Parkland Golf and Country Club. I don't know, man. I feel like this guy's got the advantage, right? So
yeah, and that's, I'll preface this by saying no disrespect against Jacob or Cuban Stogie. You guys might destroy me on the course. And so why you should vote for me is, just let them have their win on the course and let me take the win on the Toptracer in the
yeah,
Smash.
dude, take it for the rest of us that go out there and we, foot wedge it and we, that's 3 off the box, 3 in the bunker. Dude, for the rest of us.
Like, we don't want to see like a really good golfer on the course win this. Like, that's not what
we
this
see
is
that
about.
every weekend.
Yeah,
Dude. I see that 50 times a year. I don't need to see that. I would like to see someone that's, only been playing since COVID. He had to use his grandpa's set, still using the same set he got fit in, even though it's 3 years later and his game is obviously developed. Like, there's a lot of things that are going against you, and you still have a chance to not only win, but absolutely dominate.
And I feel like that's, not to toot my own horn or call myself a
I want you to
poster
shoot
child
your
or
own
Do
horn.
anything.
it.
You're
I was
being-
like,
you're
go
being
off.
humble, dude, but come on, man, let's go.
But that's kind of what this whole league and this whole idea is about, and doing the Toptracer is, you don't have to be some type of golf savant on the actual course to be able to compete and have fun in this league. Like, this is what it's about. If you can come out and you're good at driving, you're good at irons, and you're good at chipping, you got a legitimate shot.
Yep. 100%. And you might not even need to be good.
Yeah.
Like there is a way to gamify it.
Yeah,
You learn how to do
absolutely.
it. So I think that's something that really separates, what that Toptracer is, what the Smash Golf Tour is, and why we utilize terms like home of golf's real champion or you winning something in golf. Like you said, you've never won anything in golf before. You're going to win the Western Conference, and you have a great chance to win the Western and Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm all in. All right. Now that we're done with Rob, like I said, tune in. We're going to release all the details on the Instagram Live. We're also going to have a video shot that we'll edit up real nice afterwards to show it off. But Rob, the Oppenheimer Mecham, is the man that will most likely, unless something crazy happens, be representing the Western Conference in the Smash Golf Tour final against, again, unless something crazy happens, Mr. Paul Crespo, the Cuban Stogie. PGA 30 plus years.
I love that you just pull all that up. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's gonna know I was looking at his Instagram. Probably,
Yeah, you got the notification.
at his LinkedIn. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. We'll make him a linked influencer. All right,
Yes.
Natalie, we're gonna go over to you. Give us an
Yeah.
update on week 3, where we're standing on the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference, the overall standings, net and gross.
Love it. I love it. Yeah. Overall standings for the West League. Robbie, we have you in first. Anthony Baird, who was on the last episode, I believe, with Drew. He's in second, and then tied with third is Adam Warren. He is a young kid. I see him out here all the time grinding. And tied with third is Smasher 1315. Who are you?
Who are you, Smasher 13?
Who are you? I need to know.
We're gonna find you, bro.
Adam's that
Or girl.
high school kid,
Yeah.
right? A little bit. I played with him
Bro.
a couple weeks ago, and he was killing it.
He's a good kid.
He's a really good golfer.
And he will be out here until 9:59 every night. I love it. Yeah. And then fifth is Carson Rowe. Did you say that you know Carson Rowe or no?
I know Carson, but not Carson.
Oh
Rowe.
yeah. Well, we know
Carson Mitten, not Mattoon.
Yeah.
Car Keysmans. And then going over to the net, we have first place Devin Campos.
Devin Campos, that's one of our own, just so you guys know. Obviously, we all try and play in the Smash Golf Tour. It's fun. We like to do it. We're doing it. So Devin is someone who started golfing. How long has he worked here for?
Very recently, he started golfing.
It's got to be like
Yeah.
no longer than 8 months.
After the
we
UDRC.
Got to be almost a year.
He came
now.
in shortly after me, so yeah, a little bit like a year.
He's been here about a year, so he's been golfing about a year. He's got these sweet top flight golf clubs that we found in this back room full of tens of thousands of millions of golf clubs. But he uses those, and dude, he's right now leading the net division, which is insane. It shows like just put up a score. I know that there's a competitive side to it, and we preach that, but this is also about going out, having fun, monetizing your driving range experience, and winning really cool things. I mean, once you get Smash Cash, which is our currency, so similar to $1, there's a conversion rate. It's different for each product because each product costs a different amount, right? So there's not really a way to label all of it in there yet. But you are winning good polos. Check that out. That is a sick polo. Fits really well. You can
Smash
win
Cash.
a Smash hat. You can win that Devereaux golf shirt.
Let's go.
Look at that thing, dude. That is sweet. You can win that Smash. That's the same Smash hat.
I know we're
Actually, we're like good Smash and
I
Devereaux
know.
all over the place. You can win Swannies. You can win Travis Matthew. I mean, dude, if he
Callaway.
wins, once Rob wins the West versus East League, he's gonna win $1,000 to whatever he wants. He could buy brand new clubs.
That's what I was thinking.
Brand new clubs.
Good
Dude,
fit.
those Mizunos out of the bag, dude.
Let's
the new
go.
Callaway Apexes. Let's freaking do this, dude. You know what I mean? What have you already won?
Won or redeemed?
Redeemed.
So I've redeemed, not selfishly. I'm a pretty giving guy. I'm fortunate enough to be able to
Dude,
come
I
out
didn't,
here.
I didn't know you bought me some.
Well,
very
when's
nice.
your
I was
birthday?
gonna go for me.
No, one of my best friends and college roommates getting married this weekend. So I was under the pretext that, I'm using my hard-earned money and stuff to buy you all this. I got $100 in Travis Matthews and $200 in Callaway using Smash Cash.
Dude.
Oh, it's so
Redeemed,
cool.
and I gave it to him, and I guilt-tripped him a little bit. And it's like, don't say I never loved you or cared about you. There's $300 I'm giving you. Meanwhile, it's just, because I just happen to be a Toptracer ace.
You worked hard for that.
I did work
That's
hard for that.
hard-earned
You
Smash
did,
Cash.
dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. You're competing against hundreds of people right now. For those of you that don't know, go onto your app, make sure you become a Smash player as well. Once you get it out of the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, go in and check out how many people have signed up. I mean, it is incredible. It really is. For the first ever East versus West League, there are hundreds of people on both sides. So you too can win. Each one of those people is winning Smash Cash. They're redeeming it for gift cards to different brands all across through golf. More will be added as we continue to grow this thing. It's something to be really, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you might become the first champion of a cross-country league. I mean, the PGA can do that. I mean, yeah, they travel with the same dudes all over, but like you're playing in complete different spots. Like you're one of the first people to do that.
It's awesome, you know,
sick,
and
man.
it's
When we look up your Wikipedia page, Rob Oppenheimer Mecham.
Yes.
I don't know what you'll see.
Well
on
known
there.
for doing a lot of physicist problems and going to Taiwan by himself and braving it out.
We'll see.
Braving it out. And also being the first virtual golf champion in the history of Toptracer.
I'm lucky to be here, you know, and for those of you that are on the fence about downloading it, in this league that we have going on, you know, there might be a $5, $10 tournament sign up. You get that back regardless of your place in the Smash tournament. So you don't lose. And if you place in the top 9 or 10, you're netting positive Smash Cash based on what you put in.
Shit, dude, I go to Chuck E. Cheese's and I freaking lose like $50.
I know, right?
It's that clown game that gets me every time, dude. The one with the big machine guns and the clicks.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
the
a skee ball
basketball.
warrior.
There's one clown that just jumps out and dunks all over me. I'm just like, what the heck? Well, cool, man. Thank you so much for your time today. We really
Thanks, Rob.
appreciate it. You guys, week 4 is live right now. It ends on the 1st of August. Coming in August, we're going to be switching it up a little bit. That's the fun and flexible part of the Smash Golf Tour. We're going to be having multiple closest to the pins running week to week. So you'll be able to enter into any closest to the pin that you would like week to week. As many tries as you want. They're only going to be $5. There's going to be prizes based off of distances. So it's not necessarily as competitive as the Smash Golf Tour. If you get within 1 foot, you win a prize. If you get a hole in one, you win a prize. If you win X, you win a prize. So it's going to go week to week. You're going to have the opportunity to just go out there, smash some golf balls, play closest to the pin, which is my personal favorite game, and go out and, dude, win some cool stuff. So we're really excited for that one, and then the league will be ramping right back up when the season gets going, man. We're pretty excited. So stay tuned. We're going to release all the details on when the Instagram Live will come. Make sure you show up on your phone, computer, iPad, live to cheer on Rob. We got to take down this 30-year super PGA, I've won a bunch of tournaments nerd, and make sure that we show that Toptracer is the future of golf. SmashersOn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.